me just make sure everything is good. Give me just a moment. Okay. And thank you so much for subscribing, Deceptive Maple. I really appreciate it. Again, it's never necessary, but I really appreciate it. And also, hi, hello. Haven't seen you in a bit. Hope you've been alright. I've hydrated. Okay, so please let me know if the volume is too loud one way or another, and I will be sure to adjust that. But hi, hello, how are ya? So today, what we should be working on, this is indeed a highlighted message. Also, hello Sparks Maker, hello Dropped Frame, hello Alex, hello Maple, and wait, yes, I think that's everyone. Okay, good. And hello Ty. Hopefully everyone is doing a-okay today. So you may have read the title. Today we are... Man, when you read the title, it sounds a lot more complex than it is. But today we're going to be making an artificial heart based on my heartbeat. So the main idea is that a heart pumps blood and that we need to somehow simulate that. So what we're going to do is harvest data from my actual heart. Are we growing the heart / S? No, I can't do that. It's going to be purely mechanical. And of course, it's not going in vivo or like anywhere. So don't worry about it. Nothing unethical going on here. And today is going to be a day where the day will be the day. That seemed like a ChatGPT response, Maple. And yeah, so the main star of our show today is going to be our heart rate sensor. I kind of wanted to come back to this because I'm not sure if you guys were potentially around, but we did run into some problems previously. Previously with the implementation on this. I do have spare sensors in case it breaks. Let's go ahead and take a quick look though. Okay. So again, this is going to be our main thing that we're looking at. So to gather my heartbeat, we're essentially going to have to combine some code and make good use of this sensor. What this sensor does is that we feed it power, negative on the far side over here, in the middle positive, and then on the other far end is the signal. So we'll be connecting those up and seeing how that goes. Additionally, because I would like the practice, we are probably going to be putting this on, what's the word? We're probably going to be putting this on pref board, so we can get a bit more used to it after we confirm that it's working. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So hopefully everyone is having a great day. Let's see. Prayers for the last sensor. Now we have the emote. Yes. Don't worry. I have 5 more sensors in case this one breaks. So as always, or not as always. Oh, actually, I do not want to use this chip. Hold on. I don't want to use that chip. The chip that we need to use today is going to be our ESP8266. We could use a ESP32, but there's no real reason to. Actually, there might be a reason to today. So the reason why I'm thinking we might need it is because processing actually matters here. Especially if we're going to be running additional code off of a single guy, but it should be okay. We'll optimize it. And prayer for all of the sensors that decided to break their own hearts and give ours lives. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. So we are gonna attempt to look up what pieces we are going to be needing. Give me a moment. little. Sorry, we're just loading up stuff. But, I'd like a certain monitor. Oh, hello, Yuki. How are you doing, Yuki? Welcome in. And nice. Nice to see you around. Hopefully you are doing well. And now I am nervous. Wonderful. Let us see. Oh man, we don't have much data here. Okay. And you're doing okay? Let's see. Product description, digital rights, period change. Okay. I'm trying to find our number. Hold on, let's see if we can find it on the silk screen. Let's see if we can find it on the silk screen. I don't see anything on the silk screen, which is slightly disconcerting. So the silk screen's like the white writing that's here. You see the resistor writing, you see the art2, like artificial heart with pumps. Yes, that's the general idea. If it works out, we should be able to. And we did ultimately get the fried rice working, which is also good. HW487. Okay, so I think it is an HW487 heart rate monitor. Heart rate monitor. Oh, thank you. Hello, you. Oh. I see. Okay. So, today, I was actually a little bit hesitant on the specifics of what we would be doing. Partially... 5 volts. Partially... I love Neko Arc. Hold on. I love Neko Arc. Sorry. But, partially because I was between, like, 3 separate ideas. But, sorry, I just wanted to show off my little Neko Arc. Okay. So, getting this built, we want an example circuit first. After our example circuit, we'll need to put it on the perf board. We'll need to do some soldering. After the soldering, we'll need to attach our either pulse width modulation or figure out some method of controlling our pumps. And then after that, I think we'll be good. Okay. So we need to run 5 volts. I do not have 5 volts from this board. Let me see if I have 5 volts on this board. I don't believe I do. Could use like a switch or something. Or an op amp, I guess, to amplify voltage, but that's okay. What we are going to do is I'm just going to use benchtop power supply. And we are going to need some male to females to start this off. Okay. So again, our positive, or our negative voltage is on this side. In the middle is our positive. So ground, positive, and signal. And this is running on 5 volts. Or should be running on 5 volts. But yeah, you know, did anyone do anything super exciting with their weekend? Because I mean, I played a lot of video games, like I always do. But I realized, I don't know, at the end of last stream, I kind of realized something that, like, oh, good morning, Linted. Day drank and soldered, so nothing too crazy. I see. I see. I realized that we've kind of come a long way, since starting streaming. Because if I would have told myself, what we made on Friday, and, like, during the week, and that we got it done, like, the chat fried rice, I wouldn't have, like, believed myself. But, it's kind of cool developing, skills and stuff over time. And I just thought it was very neat. I don't know. It made me very happy for some reason. How did it taste, by the way? It tasted like mid-fried rice. It tasted like extremely mid-fried rice. Like the most mid-fried rice you've ever tasted. Now, I do say that slightly biased because, wait, should I share that information? Never mind. But I have quite a bit of experience with fried rice. So I have very strong opinions on what it should taste like. Let's go ahead and get this guy in place. Are you inspired to try and make it without chat assistance? Dude, I don't know. The one thing that I didn't make without chat assistance, I like nearly burned down my like I filled my entire lab up with smoke, so maybe not a good thing. You got it all done? Yeah, it was successful. It was a little painful to get everything working. And also, fun fact, soy sauce changes the conductivity on your skin and reduces it. So that was a fun discovery. Okay, let's go ahead and strip this guy out. 1 second, let's get our keyboard out of the way. Okay, so we are gonna need to make some wires. Oh, I might need to open a new spool soon. Oh, no. Just fell through. Give me just a moment. But yes, we are able to luckily bypass the controls pretty easily by essentially just controlling the power because the device was poorly designed. And then it worked pretty easily. Or not pretty easily. It worked pretty quickly, I would say. Like, when I was first prepping that project, not like prepping, but when I was first thinking about like how difficult the project would be, I was thinking that it would take like on the scale of weeks, essentially, to get done. So the fact that we got it done in like 3 streams was kind of like both amazing and, you know, I don't know, I was very happy with it. Because like legitimately the product was usable. The cutting was a bit off, but everything else worked pretty well. Oh yeah, however, I was surprised how straightforward it was to pass the controls. Yeah, that's because we did a lot of the groundwork on that Wednesday. So that previous stream, we did a lot of groundwork to make sure we were able to actuate the right muscles with the placement. However, I probably will not be doing that experiment again anytime soon. And I need to remember not to do it anytime soon because I think the extended use of it is not great for you because I essentially have bruises, and I bruise very easily, but I have bruises where like you attached the like probe pads on my arms. So maybe not the brightest of ideas. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy hooked up to our benchtop power supply. Okay, benchtop power supply. Understandable. I will remind you if it comes up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, wait, I should check the voltage beforehand. Okay, so voltage does matter here, and I am just adjusting our benchtop power supply down a bit. We just want it on 5 volts. Alright, that's on 5 volts. Do I need a resistor in line? Hold on. We may need an application circuit. Give me a second. And worst comes to worst, we burn it. It should be fine. There's resistors in line. Oh yeah, there's R1, R2. So, if you were just using the sensors of the IR emitters and receivers itself, so the way that it does work is that usually there's a transmitter and a receiver. Or I think I may have mispointed. There's a transmitter and a receiver, and essentially you bounce off the light to get the signal, but you need a bit of resistance, so that's what the R1 and R2 are there for. But again, I'm not the greatest at circuits. I say that. I'm okay at circuits. Like, obviously, no one can be the greatest at anything, but, like, you know, I took circuits 1 and 2 and advanced electrical circuits. Like, you know, I have a basic understanding, I would say. Alright. So we got this guy, and then our signal. Okay. Okay, so we need to make some simple code now to run some testing. Geez, I hope this works. We shall see if this code works. I have huge doubts, by the way, because I think it is a coding issue, or coding skill issue, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So let me just go ahead and whip open Arduino. Well, my head has been hurting the past few days because I was trying to working on the reverse engineering the tens machine. Oh no. I see. That's rough, Yuki. And then I took an electrical network analyst class 6.5 years ago. I'm kind of an expert. Oh, yeah, I saw some of that. You were having to use, like, the letters and you backwards derived them through the, sheet, right? Based on, like, the footers and stuff, I think. You had some database open. And, wait, I don't know why that didn't show up. Wait, why didn't that show up? My alerts aren't working. Thank you so much, Boulder, for resubscribing. I really appreciate it. I have no idea why the alert did not work. I don't know. But yeah. But yes, thank you so much. And welcome in. So back to it. What do we need to do here? Yeah, I think I am found 2 of them. I'm trying to derive the rest from measurements. So what is the general purpose that you're going for reverse engineering at? Are you going to try to make your own? Let's see. Are we going to need Twitch chat for this one? No, we are not going to need Twitch chat. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking what code we need and what code we don't need. Give me a moment. Maybe I should have used a different sensor. Okay, so I got some great example code. Oof, that's rough. Trying to figure out parts from measurements. Yeah, that sounds very hard to backwards derive. Let's go ahead and open up our... Ooh, there we go. Okay. Just curiosity, I already made it a way simpler and less safe one with an Arduino with a tiny hand of components in the past. Very nice. Oh yes, so this is the example code that came with it. This is all the example code that I have. So, no pressure, I guess. Let's take a quick read over it and see what it wants us to do. Okay, so there are many problems with this code. There are a million problems with this code. But let's take a look. So they're using LED pin 13, turning the pin on, double alpha in period of seconds or milliseconds, I imagine. Double change. That is meant to be a type. I mean, hold on. We can just... I can just convert it to whatever language we're coding in. I don't know what language... I never know what language I'm coding in, by the way. I kind of just code this, like, almost entirely off of vibes, which is terrible to say, but it's totally what I do. So, 1,000 pardons, but... We need to make some adjustments here. Double change, void setup, void loop. So inside of our loop, they want this, and this. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take the rest of the code, transplant it down there, and then I think what we need to do is static, then int, raw, value, analog, read. Oh yes, because this is going to likely be using our analog to digital converter. So this should be on our analog to digital pin. Okay. Okay, sensor pen. Let's check which... I don't know if our ADC is clearly marked here, but like it's in the top left, right? Or the top left. Affirmative. Okay. That's when we are going to... Honestly, it should just know what pen is analog, I'm pretty sure, usually. Whoa, that's a wall. Years ago, at one of my work sites, we had this thing called the... I'm sorry, what? Bed of nails? And it was hundreds of spring-loaded sensor probes and would measure resistance to try and backwards engineering circuit boards. It took hours, but it was at least unsupervised work. That sounds terrible. That sounds absolutely terrible. Also, why were you backwards? Is that legal? Are you legally allowed to backwards engineer something for, like, commercial products? Okay. Essentially what this is trying to do here is read our analog to digital converter. It's trying to see our values out, and then it's reading it across a different period. What we're going to do is completely erase this because I've come to the conclusion that this code is bad and deserves to be erased. Okay. This wasn't commercial, it was redacted, and they tossed the schematics out in like the 50s. Oh, okay, I got you. So it's for a legacy system. Good old legacy systems. Okay. So I am just trying to think what we want to use here. So just give me a moment. Okay. So essentially what I am trying to think of right now is, hey, should we be using a serial line or a serial connection to output and debug this stuff? My gut feeling is yes, we should be. So let's go ahead and set one up. Nothing bad with setting one up. Okay. Let's see. What else do we also need to do? We essentially will need to read an ADC. I'm pretty sure you can just perform an analog read, or it's always A0. I'm pretty sure it's A0. Hold on. What we can do to check... Let's go ahead and do some quick check-in. Okay. Some quick check-in. Okay. So our analog to digital pin is this pin in the top over here where I am pointing. So that's A0. So I believe if we perform an analog read on A0 or just pin 0, it should go ahead and tell us what it's seeing. So let's go ahead and do that. And again, if you guys are just here, we are trying to make or just happen to join in, we are trying to make an artificial heart based on a heartbeat sensor and some good vibes, as always. The thing that we go for here is like a hackathon type vibe, and yeah. And I forgot to turn on something. Whoopsie. Oh well. So be it. Okay. Give me a moment. Why can't I find my code? It's on your screen, but it's not on my screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we are going to perform a, where is it? An analog read. Oh my gosh, why can't I find? I have two different instances open right now, and that is giving me some troubles. But that is okay. So what we are going to do is an analog read. An analog read. We are going to... Gosh, I really don't need any of this. All of this is kind of garbage. Not gonna lie, all this is actually garbage. Yeah, we don't want their garbage test code. Garbage test code is bad. We'll make our own test code. You know, this is our own test code. Smile. Okay. Analog. So A0, and then what we want to do is we will want to go ahead and save that off to a variable. We will make that an int. We will call that a our ADC value. So ADC value, set that to 0 to start. We will update it every time. ADC value, and then what we will do is we will go ahead and throw a small delay here. Well, heck yeah. Doing it yourself to understand stuff properly? Listen, I do stuff. I code to get stuff done, not A's. Or that's the joke, and I am sticking to it. And yeah, completely automagical. I'm sorry, does that say automagical? Completely automagical, but it's basically just 1-on-1 pen. Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. That sounds so bad. Sparks, I do not envy you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a reading every 100 milliseconds. We may change this. This may be, actually, be subject to change. We'll make it 50. So technically, what is this called? Nyquist frequency. So Nyquist frequency is how you essentially are looking at whatever you're sampling, and you want to make sure it's at least twice. I believe your sampling frequency has to be at least twice the source frequency. So human heartbeat up to 4 hertz. 4 hertz. So we want 8 hertz. So 1,000 divided by 8 equals 125 hertz at a minimum or maximum. Yeah. 125 delay at most. Okay. Anyways, that may be spelled incorrectly, but Nyquist frequency is what we're looking at here. We don't need really anything else there. And then what we are going to do is go ahead and do a just serial out. So we will do a serial dot println. Is println or print? Always forget. ADC value. Okay. Okay. So this code's very simple. Nyquist. Thank you. Thank you, Boulder. Nyquist frequency. Wait. And also, dude, I have no idea if I said that right. And now I have to like check Nyquist frequency real quick. Double sampling speed. Double sampling speed. Yeah, double sampling speed. That's fine. Okay. Yippee. I remember signals and systems. Okay, so our code compiled. What we are going to do now is upload that code and see what we get when we run it. We are also going to have to enable our serial monitor and turn on our benchtop power supply, and then hope nothing goes wrong, which I know is a big ask. Yeah, that sounds right about the sample being double. I think ideally it would be higher. Yes, that's correct. Higher sampling rate, always good. except for like data processing, but we don't talk about data processing. Data processing is for nerds, and we're not nerds, right? Okay, so what we want to do is take a quick look at our COM ports. So what I need to do is pull up a serial monitor, and we need to change our... So over here, you can see our baud rate. We need to change it to match, which is 115220. And you're seeing these low values coming in. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, okay, yeah. So we're getting low values, which is expected. I always forget how to do an auto scroll on that. And that's gonna drive me nuts. But that's okay. Because the heartbeat has more than one pulse. The highest component of the source signal, right? Yes, so... let's go ahead and turn this guy on and see what's happening. Okay. So when turned on... I'm not seeing much of anything. Just a bunch of zeros and ones. Just holding high. Not auto-scrolling is going to be the death of me. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna close the serial monitor here. What sensor am I using? I'm using... Gotta open up my history. An HW487. Let's go ahead and turn this guy off. What I'm gonna do is probably open up some putty. So putty is just a way to look at the serial output. Let me see if I can switch our application over to putty. But it's very similar to what we were looking at before. We are on COM port 8. We are taking a look at this baud rate, and then we should open, and then you're able to, once I switch it over to our actual putty screen, you're able to see our values that are coming out. So now it auto-scrolls because I can't figure out how to do auto-scroll on the Arduino IDE. Yep, so let's turn this guy on. It looks like it's just saturating out. If we were to... Pretty sure you put, like, your... It's definitely pulling the right amount of power. Hello, Sheeny. Oh my gosh, what if we did this again and it didn't work? I would cry. Welcome in, Sheeny. Hopefully you're doing well today. And Ty out here catching strays, left, right, and center. Ty's always catching strays. That's their specialty. Okay, let me... Interesting. Okay, so we're not getting... I'm not really seeing anything here. So if we just leave it unsampled, or untouched, you guys can see that it keeps saturating out and then going back down. Okay, let's go ahead and power this guy off. Okay. Let's take a quick think. Or a quick look at our code as to why it didn't work. Oh, that's very cool. That is very, very cool. Back on the road. So we did run into an issue. So what did we see? We saw that the ADC value was not being happy whenever we were outputting it. Typically the way that it's supposed to work is it's thresholded, right? So ideally what should be happening is... Hold on, let's see their terrible code real quick. We are going here. Okay, let's take another look at their terrible example code. Okay. So the way that they're determining their value is multiplying the old value. Oh man, that's so bad. Okay. So the way that they're determining it is the value minus old value. Okay, so old value is just whatever it used to be. Double value is equal to alpha times old. So of the 18 teachers I had, only 3 are left. Oh, what do you mean by 3 are left? But the algorithm seems sensible. Yeah, the algorithm does seem sensible. I wonder if... Hold on. I feel like we're missing a part here. I feel like we are missing a part. Why do I feel like we're missing a part? Okay. I feel like we are missing a part because... Because why? Why are we missing a part? Because usually you have to drive the infrared sensor on and off. It could be that it's dark. I don't think that matters. We could go ahead and test that, though I don't think that matters, but hold on. That'd take like a few seconds to check, so it's easy enough to just check real quick. Not that. We're looking at this. Okay. Whoop. You're okay with backseating, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, so if I'm just covering it up, does it ever saturate out? Interesting. It's supposed to backscatter between. Okay, let's take a look and see if we're able to find the sensor. Heartbeat monitor. But yes, okay, we don't need this part. Let's switch back to our code. Our code is this one. Okay. And again, we will figure this out with time. As always, we kind of pride myself on not necessarily looking into everything beforehand. But yeah, that's what I'm partially worried about, Yuki. Though I think blocking out the light should have... Generally, blocking out the light should have worked. Heart rate sensor data sheet. Are we missing something else here? Hello. Oh, hello, Ash. It be going, how it be going. We are just working on trying to make an artificial heart, which is obviously the easiest thing we've ever done. They looked at the smooth version of the rate of change of the reflection. If the direction has to go down, if the LED is on, the update and the LED goes off. transmitter, receiver. Sorry, Twitch chat is dying for me and not capturing key presses sometimes. That's okay. So I'm not seeing absolutely anything. We're pulling some current, so it's not a matter of current issues. And then blocking it out, so we're still not seeing anything. Oh man, I sure do love heart rate sensors. By the way, did you open double down right quick? A quick Google search says there might be an auto scroll button. That makes sense. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can put it back over on the Arduino instead. So we go to serial monitor and then in the bottom right corner. Top right? Bottom right. Top right. Toggle auto scroll. Thank you so much, Ty. The projects are getting progressively more disturbing. Wait, how is this project disturbing? How is making an artificial heart based on our heartbeat disturbing in any way? I think that's pretty neat. But that's just because I have noise on the line. Okay, hold on. Power on the board. The board is powered, or should be powered. We're not seeing anything, though. We're only seeing saturation, then not saturation. The way that it should be working is digital write to pin. Are we using the LED pin ever? We are using the LED pin. Oh, are they wanting... But that's not going to work. Because that implies you have an LED connected on this. And they didn't give us a connector for it. I'm sorry, we're only seeing saturation but not saturation? Yes, so we're only seeing, like, two states. Like, it being fully saturated and it not being saturated at all. So if you see the zeros there. And then 1024. So that, like, realistic values are going to be kind of all over the place. Or I would imagine them to be all over the place. We should be seeing really just changes in values. That's what I would be expecting to see. But the fact that we aren't... What does that mean? Let's take a moment. We've ran into this exact issue before. I'm pretty sure. How does the heart rate monitor return data? So it returns it through an analog to digital converter. So it takes in the signal and returns it. I don't think you need to set the pin mode on an analog to digital converter, typically. So, yeah, we'll go ahead. Yeah, I was wondering that, Yuki. We can try it. There's literally no harm in trying. Actually, I mean, we can damage the sensor, but that's, like, no harm. We have multiple. That would work. I'm not sure if this is going to allow you to set it as an output, but just okay. Oh. Well, let us try. Okay, I'm not familiar with the ESP32. Oh, that's okay. Is it giving you a BPM readout? Oh, no. No, it's not giving us a BPM readout at all. It is not even giving us values to indicate it's seeing a heartbeat, which is the problem. Well, we'd be able to interpolate it, and we'll be able to interpolate it once we get values. It's just a matter of getting the values, then setting the windows, and getting it all right. That's what I'm worried about right now. Oriana's just very excited. Yeah, 1024 BPM. Pretty sure you're supposed to go in between. Okay, so we're in between right now. Okay, so we are still not... Wait. Hold. Holding. I'm holding. Very briefly, I saw a value, but I'm not sure if it was transient noise or not. Holding. Am holding. That's good. Good Linted. Also, I hope your morning is going well. Let's see. What else could it be? So Spark suggested... Wait, did Spark suggest it? My understanding is that an IR LED and a photoresistor, the resistor should put out an analog signal, yeah. It went well enough for a Monday. I see. What do we want here? Signal. Could be a bad sensor. Yeah. I don't think it is. My gut says that it's not a bad sensor. It went well enough for a Monday. Dude, you know, it's a great day to be alive. It's always a great day. At least is the cope I tell myself. And also right now it's not even powered, so ignore what we're seeing out right now. Just wondering, it's supposed to be an input. 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 It's a day, I'll give you that. Listen, you know, every day is a good day. It's an opportunity to grow, do new stuff, hang out with people. Every day is a good day. It's an opportunity to eat McDonald's, you know? It's great. I'm sure my doctor will be so happy to hear that I love eating McDonald's. I mean, she already knows, but... let's see. Okay, so power on. Yeah, I didn't... Stupid question. I know that you're not supposed... Analog to digital. Stupid question. I don't think a digital read here. Your McDonald's addiction makes the rest. I'm sorry. Is McDonald's actually good, though? No, it's not. McDonald's is very bad for you. Do not eat it, unironically. Eating McDonald's would either require me to pay as much as the meal and delivery fees, or even worse, actually go outside. See, it's on the way to work for me. Yeah, I swapped it to digital read just now. I'm doing a quick sanity check, Yuki. It was analog read before this. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, okay, XD, yeah. Yeah, okay, so we're still seeing nothing here. It could be a bad sensor. If it were, how would we test that? I too was questioning my sanity. It's okay, I always question my sanity. Switch back. How fast is the heartbeat? Is it possible that we aren't sampling fast enough? So the heartbeat's maximum is around 4 hertz, or 240 beats per minute. It's actually like 220, but the fastest we're reasonably going to see is like 180, right? So again, by Nyquist frequency, we should be fine. We definitely should be fine, only sampling it every 50 milliseconds. We can go ahead and remove it, though. We can go ahead. Is it easy enough to swap the sensors and same value, not the sensor? Yes, it is. We can go ahead and do that. Give me a moment. I'm going to power that guy off. I'm going to disconnect our board. It's currently powered off. We will swap it out. Okay. Should be easy enough to swap out, so give me just a moment. Okay. Do we actually know how to use the sensor? I actually can't find anything online where to stick your finger. So I've used these sensors before, but not this exact sensor. And every time I'm in McDonald's, it's so good, but they... Oh, yes. But we aren't actually sampling at 50 milliseconds. You aren't taking account the latency due to the print line. That's correct. That is correct, Linted. However, hold on. I'm processing your message mentally. The print line should not be taking more than 50 milliseconds. Or, like, how am I supposed to put this into words? The print line itself... So... the print line itself, if you see, like, the separation here on times, it varies. Okay, we'll have it read as fast as possible. You know, that's fine. We'll just have it read as fast as possible. I think a period of 50 milliseconds should be more than sufficient. I know print lines are, like, exceptionally slow, even at a baud rate of 11520. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so we swapped out our sensors. So this was the old one. Swapped it out with this one. So what we're hoping to see is literally anything else than what we're currently seeing. And that will at least tell us... what is that going to tell us? They'll at least tell us if it's a sensor issue or a coding issue. It's likely a coding issue or a circuitry issue on how I have it set up. That could also be the case. I did this last week. You did this literally last week. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and power this guy on. Alright. I am still not seeing any in-betweeners. What I am going to do is switch to the delay on this. I'm going to switch the delay on this to 10 milliseconds. And also, hello, Kaijon. How are you doing? Let's go ahead and see. The annoying part about not eating beef is that fast food places, I feel like, could be described as the Greggs of California. I love In-N-Out because it has a cult following due to its relatively... And I go... Dude, I love In-N-Out. I have a passion for In-N-Out. Okay, let's go ahead and upload this code. So what I'm going to do is I need to log our serial output. I do not know how to do that in Arduino IDE off the top of my head, but I do know how to do that in Putty. So give me a moment. 115520. Actually, first, I want to give this thing one more try. Okay, so it's on. Seeing a lot of values swap over. This does not make sense to me. So you're supposed to go in between, and it's supposed to reflect off, or it's supposed to go on top. Okay. So the sampling rate is causing issues? The sampling rate in the example code that we were able to find, period is 20. Let's try that. Re-upload, and let's give it a check. All I can eat at In-N-Out is fries because everything else has beef. Oh, I'm sorry. Could we try graphing option ID instead? Is that a thing? Serial plotter. 1150 baud. Interpolate. People. The Arduino ID has a graphing option? Yes, it does. Right now, it looks like a... Hold on. That fluctuation is crazy. The ground isn't floating or something. No, the ground would never be floating. Let's just double check. Let's just double check. Let's just double check if our ground's floating. It would never be floating in this economy. We would never have a floating ground, right, chat? We're experts. Right? It would never. The ground would never, ever float. It's illegal for it to float. She hasn't removed the ID from the screen. Yeah, I am just, changing to the serial plotter. Give me a second. Wait, how do I show this? It actually looks very cool. No, it's not that. I'm pretty sure it's this, but... I might need to just... Hold on. I'll see if I can get away. Oh, wait, are you guys able to see it? Yes. Okay. Oh! Pog. That's news. This is news. I see the graph, that's good. It should just go in between, is what should happen. Ignore the noise that we're currently seeing. I believe it should just go in between. Does it not? If not, it reflects back? Beat. Oh no. Mains interference. What happens when you remove the common ground? Oh. Wait. Hold. Wait, this makes sense. This is what happens when you remove the common ground on it. So this is just free floating right now. What is our issue here? I'm going to reduce the periodicity back to 50 milliseconds. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. We could be getting ground interference noise. So if we were getting ground interference noise, what we would want is a low pass filter. Because we only want low signals. So we could put it through a filter. I have a feeling, though, that this should already be filtered, right? I'd also have to look up how to make a low-pass filter again. Do you have a cap? Of course I have a cap. No cap, I have a cap. Putting a cap between ground and power will help filter, yeah. Okay. Okay, so putting a cap between ground and power will help. Wait, like directly between ground and power? Won't that just cause a short? I was never good with capacitors. Hold on. Let me just look up a low pass filter real quick. Low pass filter. Yeah, it's called a decoupling capacitor, not in DC. Yeah, if you say so. Worst comes to worst, we blow a capacitor, right? No biggie. Does it matter what capacitance it is? Does it need to be a big beefy boy? The DC capacitor does only AC current. 10 microfarads. 50 volts, 10 microfarads. Seems good enough to me. Make sure everything's unplugged. Yeah, what Lint had said. In DC, a capacitor is only in AC. No, like 100. Oh, come on. Come on. Let me see if we have a fifth or a lower capacitance. I'm sure we do. Picofarads, microfarads. I know we have them. No cap, I know we have caps, you know? Oh. Haha. Capacitors. Labeled capacitors. Okay. Alright, so you're saying 1 microfarad. Okay. Oh, clearly. Okay. This guy, right? I'm joking, I would not use that capacitor. 4.7 microfarads. Okay. Give me a moment. I've seen a 1 farad. It scares me to even open the box. If your capacitor is yeah, look, this guy's thick. You know, it's 1,000 microfarads. Hold on, we're just looking for a smaller one. Give me a moment. There you go, 1 microfarad. All right, we'll see if a decoupling helps. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. Besides me immediately losing it. So, a macrofarad. Micro. Alright. In school, we take those capacitors, bend the legs over, then toss it at your friend, say, catch. That seems like a... Oh, thank you so much for following, Faint Humble Hero. I really appreciate that, and I really like your name. Welcome in. I hope you have a good time here. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if that helped at all. You guys ready to see? Let's hope the output doesn't blow itself up. Yeah, worst comes to worst, the capacitor will just make like a really weird sound. As soon as I turn on the power supply, I'm afraid of it, like... Okay. Okay, nothing seems terribly wrong right now. Oh, wait, that looks pretty heartbeaty. Wait, hold on. Let's just leave it. That seems like a lot cleaner signal. Yeah, it is cleaner. I can't believe you would think I would lead you down the wrong path again. Listen. No. Beat, beat, heartbeat. We're still having too much noise. Hold on. Is there a way to fix the scale? Let me try removing the reference. See that little tiny bump at the bottom? That looked like... Okay. Okay. It took more than once. After 3 months, we all stopped catching and started actively dodging. I had a friend in college who told me a story about the 90s. When he walked into the high school in the 90s, he walked into his giant computer lab with a jet electromagnet and watched as all the computers died because the hard drives got wiped. Yikes. I need to be as still as possible. This looks heartbeaty. Hold on. I'm not sure. Wait, should he be using an LED too? Yes. We should, well, the LED is attached to the board. Have you tried putting it closer to your vein? Yeah, we could. Hold on, that would go on your... It's not going to put... There's no light to reflect. Just aim at the blue. Just aim it at the blue. Does not look too promising. No, you have to aim down the point so the point... No, you have to aim it down so the point of the LED points into your skin. Thank you, Linted. Oh dang, you're not going to use a heart monster. You're using the sensor directly. Hello, Tallarine. Well, there was a regular periodics pattern on the graph. Like the board will be perpendicular to your arm. And also, how are you doing, Tallarine? Hopefully you're doing well. Oh yeah, that's a round tip LED. The tip will act like a focal point, so it's a directional beam of light. Hold on, let's just leave it and see if it goes flat. That's flat. Or that's like basically flat. What if I just like hold on to it? Anything? We getting anything? Receiver's this one. It should go in between. It should just go like that. That's how it should work. shorting it? So, you know how we ended up moving... Well, I'm evil and worse. I read out lost a $4 sensor board. I've ordered more. Ah, that's okay. Don't worry. I don't think it's between... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go based off the reflection. Try bending the LED so the round nose is pointing towards the sensor. Yeah, give me a second. Is the LED even on at the moment? Chat, do we know the board? Listen, if I knew the board, we'd be... It's an IR, yeah, so infrared's not necessarily seeable. And my heart rate sensor works to light pass through that or near earlobe rather than reflected. HW487. Has anyone been able to find the datasheet? Because that's what the part number says, but I've looked up... Yeah, I wasn't able to find any documentation. That's how you know it's... That's how you know it's high quality, though. Oh, really? Okay, that's disconcerting that you've been looking for... Like, have you been looking for a while? With that exact board. Sure. Send it to me on Discord, I'll take a look. I'm not above help. Okay, the sensor's working. Wait, no, it's not. Because right now it should be seeing nothing. It should be seeing literally nothing. Okay. Okay, that's basically nothing. Okay, let's take another quick look at and see if there's any example. Nope. Oh, I need to swap out my camera batteries. Give me just a moment. One moment. Yeah, my batteries are lasting less and less time, apparently. Hello, camera. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So why? Single point, point off, and back in is what should happen. The signal should be recognizable. That would just be like this. Oh, that's very heartbeaty. Hold on. Make sure. I am going to swap my component over real quick. Oh. Give me a second. I'm swapping components to one that we don't have bent. I have a slight idea on what may be going on. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, right. You need to apply power. Okay, covering it to see if there's any difference. We're still looking for the beat here. Thank you so much for following, Toshiron. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a good time here. Can we lock the scale? I do not know off the top of my head. I'm sure it's possible. Oh. Hold on, let me double check. I don't think the scaling will help us too much, but let's see if we can. Okay, so serial plotter. Let's see. That would be negatory. I do not see a way to easily do so. Man, why is the sensor not working? We're grounded. Is it the reference? Hold on. We have the reference disconnected. No, it's back to the nothingness. Okay. Google searcher can be done by modifying, recompiling. Yeah, that's a lot of no thanks. Okay. So, not the reference. It's because it's... Nope, sorry. We're still getting too much noise. Let me... I know visible light has some infrared. Let me kill the lights real quick. Or kill most of the lights and see if that helps. Perhaps we're getting interference. Beat. Oh, I must have messed it up. Yeah, we're still not getting anything. I could try filtering the output. Filtering the output doesn't help. I'm honestly impressed your model didn't lose tracking with the reduced light. Oh yeah, no. It's fine. It just probably won't track as well. Yeah, I mean, I can obviously induce noise. That's me inducing noise, by the way. That's not the actual heartbeat. I mean, it should just be as easy as this, but it's not. Why? McDonald's has been secured. Can you make a heartbeat secured? It could be the LED's not working. Okay, so if the LED wasn't working, infrared or red LEDs pollute some infrared, right? No way. There ain't no way. Hold on. There is not a way. I'm like completely covering it now. Uh, hmm. Let us see. Oh, I unconnected it. But since have filters, it depends on your phone. Sorry, give me just a moment. Yeah, I don't see anything one way or another. Hold on, let me kill my tracking. Okay, so my tracking's killed right now. No, it's still just noise. It is still definitely just noise there. Okay. Let us bring back the light. It could be light pollution. If that's the case, okay. I could go with the option I didn't want to go with. I don't have a TV remote. I was thinking of just using a red LED and hoping that it pollutes light. Let's see. Oh, hello, Meridian. We are trying to work on a heartbeat sensor that does not want to work. But hopefully you're doing well. My heart's beating fast. It's not beating that fast. Okay, let's try. Let's set up an LED. Give me a moment. We're gonna power this guy off. Power this guy off. Stop showing this for a second. And let's take a quick look. LED, red LED. It should pollute. I think so. LEDs typically pollute. I'm pretty sure red LEDs pollute light, or infrared. Opposite of whatever makes sense. Opposite of whatever makes sense. Okay. Do you think it would be useful to run a local average? Yes, we could. If we knew... Hold on, we'll try a local average real quick. We'll try some signal processing. We should try signal processing. Give me a moment. So, if we were doing that... give me a moment. Let me switch back to the code. sure would be nice if we could find and see what wavelengths it's sensitive to. Yeah, that would be a nice thing. That's a nicety. We don't have that here. I could just have it loop through. Just goes forever. Serial print line. I'm thinking on the best way of filtering this guy. I really don't want to do the stupid method that I came up with in my head instantly, but let's say if I take the last 3 values. A rolling window, yeah, we'll just do rolling window. A very bad implementation of rolling window because I'm tired. Into ADC value. So what we're going to do is something called a rolling window. This will hopefully serve to average our code. We will do it across five values and hope that works. So what will happen is it will just repopulate. We need something called int flaggert flag equals 0 and counter actually 0. Okay, this is really bad. Don't do this. Don't do this. But real quick, the quickest way to implement it is if counter equal counter. Essentially, we're going to take the last 5 values and put it out as the answer. So if we're coding up a way to have it look at the last 5 values only, and then once it gets the next value, it kicks the oldest value out. And I'm doing the sloppiest implementation of it that comes to mind. If counter modulus 5 equal 4. So again, don't do this, but that's okay. Again, if someone saw me doing this, I would be lined up against the wall. And they would say that they're very disappointed in me. Okay, so this is the absolute worst way of doing it. But essentially this will throw out, or should throw out, the values as counter increases and decreases. Counter equal counter plus 1, counter is... Wait, is that like slowly zooming in, or am I just like dreading it? Yeah, maybe Yuki's AFK, so we're good. Yuki and Linton won't notice our code implementation. They'll never see it. All right, and then ADC. So like, wouldn't it be easier to just okay? Yeah, you would think so. Okay, to be fair though, like. I'm here. No. No. Look away. Look away before you get burned. Yeah, unfortunately. We are doing the worst possible implementation of a sliding window right now. You may think that you've seen worse, but when you said lined up against the wall, my initially thought, but hey, how's it going now, firing squad? Listen. Okay, so 4 plus ADC value. Again, there is better ways of implementing this, like every other way, but we don't do that here. And then we just divide this by 5. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what I call a sane and logical take. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. We don't do sane logical takes. Alright, that should not work because I messed it up, but this part should work. There we go. Alright, so that's a moving average, or a sliding window. Either way. Wait, no, that's a sliding window, not a moving average. I mean, same diff. But I guess slightly different diff. Okay. So it did compile, surprisingly. Let's go ahead and upload it to our board and see what happens. Any guesses? Any guesses on the beauty of our code? Sane plus logical equal band? Exactly. Exactly. Wait, the window is sliding now instead of rolling? Oh, I have no idea. Dude, if you just tell me, like, to sort an array or, like, do a sliding or rolling or whatever, I'll do it. I just don't know what it's called. We remove the wheels, it slides now. Wait, is it supposed to be a rolling window? Oh well. Alright. Let us see. Alright. I can already tell you guys that it's not working. But, you guys want to take a look at? Let's take a look at it. This guy. Okay. Okay, so this is when nothing's happening. Like, we're doing literally nothing. I'm just holding it in the palm of my hand. Okay, and then whenever we apply a signal, you think you found the sensor at least? That's good. I will hydrate, thank you. Thank you so much for the hydration. Man, we're making so much progress today. What's your sampling rate? How big is your window? Sampling rate is every 50 milliseconds, slightly less, or slightly more. And then the window size is only 5 at the moment. Okay. Let us go ahead and... Oh, yes! Welcome in, Ika, Tono. Can we fix the y-axis of the plot? This doesn't seem to be saying... No, we cannot. Unfortunately, no, we cannot. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the... I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the LED working and see if it's an LED issue, which it might very well be. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So it could be an LED issue. If it were, we would need a connection. I believe it runs on 3.3 volts. And then a resistance. Hold on. Let's go ahead and... everyone here is friendly. I'm not friendly. I'm the least friendly person. Yeah. Not. Okay. I need to power this guy. How are we powering it? I need to take voltage and then a resistor and then back to ground. Ground is there. Okay. I mean, realistically, I just hippity hoppity this guy to ground. Then power. We'll need a bit of power. We'll take power from the board. We'll take the power directly from the board, and then I need like 100 ohms resistance. Should be fine, right? Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. 100 ohms should be fine. Or like 1K. We need 3 volts. Okay. So 3 volts. And then we also... Ooh, that... Something just fell on the floor. We need a resistor. Let's just set up a resistor. Get it in place. Okay. I think 220 ohms. I'm sure it wasn't important. That's okay. We'll just get another one. We'll just we'll patch it up later. I'm sure 100 ohms will probably be fine. Surely 100 ohms will be fine, right? Goes from you to you, then goes to ground. Ground goes back to board. This guy's happy. Yeah, they're happy. Let's. All right. Then we put this guy back in. Shouldn't be going at any particular frequency. It should just be on. And power. Okay. Good news, guys. We know how to make an LED go. Alright. Alright. It is on. Alright, and we have our moving average application. And then the... Hold on. So first of all, it's not even seeing it. There should be light pollution here. We're still seeing nothing. Ah! I unplugged something. The LED. Okay, it would be like this. Nothing happens. Or, well, whatever you're seeing on screen is what happens whenever you hold it to that. Looks like it does see it. Hold on. So you should be seeing nothing. We're covering you. Okay. You're covered from literally everything. Okay. The only way that you should see it is through hand and nowhere else. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward to hold. Oh my gosh, please. Okay. Looks like the 70-ish might just be your noise flare of the setup, maybe. Clearly it's getting... So maybe the IR LED is not working? It could be. But right now, for instance, it shouldn't be... Hold on. If we increase the light... I don't know. Insufficient data for meaningful answer on this, guys. It's clearly getting IR data when it's uncovered, so maybe the IR LED isn't working. Make sure I'm not shorting it. You know the sun has IR, you know sunlight... No. Sunlight's toxic. Honestly, this should work. Okay, 1 second. Let's try removing the processing. Maybe that is an issue. I'm going to remove the sliding window and see if that has any effect on it. I don't think it will, by the way, but we're just testing. What we'll see here is if it does change. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. It should just stagger it even more, so it'll make it harder to interpolate. Realistically, that's what will happen. Okay. My hand's not even on it. I don't know, guys. We could go up. Shall we go with the backup option? Maybe we go with the backup option. Is it possible in code to tell? Yes, it is. Hold on. Beat. What's the backup option? I have a secondary sensor. Hold on. I'm trying to be quiet to see if I can hear my own. Okay, hold on. I don't think so. Okay. We can go with our backup option. Let's do it. Backup option. Where is it? Easy backup option. That's okay. That's why we're given backup option. That totally works. That I know how to set up immediately. You know what they say when, yeah. Yep. You know what we're gonna be using. Pulsoid. Okay. And before this thing now behaves. Okay. We probably don't have super much time. But it's pretty easy to set up if I recall correctly. I have used these before. Oh, does this come with a coin battery still, or do you have to have your own? I think you should link one of the heart rate sensors in Discord. I'd like to play with it. Yeah, it's pretty quick. There we go. Comes with it. Oh, yeah, it does. So it does. Don't you have to pair it with your smartphone, though? I was trying to promo your Discord. It failed. Oh, you should link one of those. Oh, no, no, no. Don't worry. Do have Discord, but that's just okay. Yeah, through the Pulsoid app. And yes, I did just use scissors to tighten the screw. If I recall... Wait, I thought it just... Hold on. That is such a terrible way of doing things. Is there a little coin? Okay. What model is this one? The model... Hold on, let me turn off the board. Is... this guy. We're unfortunately gonna have to... Mine started recording once the correct resistance, once I wear it. Yeah, this one's generally fine. I actually already have one of these. Because I linked one previously. Let me see if I have my previous one. Give me a moment. Okay. 1 second. Let me grab my previous one. So I do, in fact, have a previous one. What was it? So it might not have any batteries. Hold on. If I recall, it has to go around, like, your sternum area, right? I think it goes around your sternum. Yeah, okay. We bowl. Those stink to run with? They're not that bad. I've ran with them for a few hundred hours, probably. Also has contacts with the bonds where you're supposed to... Oh, yeah, yeah, you just lick it. I mean, I would never. Hold on. 1 second. Ignore. Oh, dude, if my, if my actual camera turned on right now. Goodbye, Twitch.tuvalu. Okay. Yeah. Wait, I don't know. Because usually... Unless you have a time machine. Yeah. Oh my gosh, give me a moment. I have to take off lab coat. Also, nope, never mind. I'll take off lab. Just stay out of camera frame. There's no way that it shows. Things will be okay. Surely nothing bad will happen. Give me a moment. No, hold on. I may have to take off something else. 1 second. Wait, where's my... Let me grab my phone real quick, because I have to repair it. 1 second. Okay. And no, I'm not. I'm wholesome. Okay. Okay. You don't know that. I'm not a fitness VTuber. Okay. Please tell me I still have the app. Please tell me I still have the app. Haha, I do. Okay, it's scanning. Good. Okay, we'll need to link this web app and then harvest data. This is going to be a bit more difficult. But yeah. Okay, anyways, it has the heartbeat, so we are good. Is that phone secure? No notifications? No, it's not. It is most certainly not. The one that is secure is right there. But that's okay. Wait, you have a dedicated phone for model tracking? Yes. Listen, when you're a lonely, single engineer, okay, you have money to blow on stupid things, like an entire model or an entire phone just for tracking because I can't be bothered to put my actual phone on there. Yes. Okay. Give me a second. I'm running through this as quickly as possible. Okay. Get heart rate monitor, install mobile app, configure widgets, dashboard. Okay. I'm not real NG yet, so I'm lacking the fun part money. Yes. My tracker, or my phone that I use for tracking is literally better than my phone that I use for everyday. That's okay though. I don't want to accidentally, like, connect to something. I don't want to accidentally dox myself, so apologies. I'm currently looking through. Let's see. Configure. Yeah, I might come out of retirement for EE, even if it's just for the giggles. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely could. Totally have to figure out how to integrate in my own device. Get started. Get a heart rate. We have it. We have it. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm positive we can get there. Man, this is the way that I did not want to. Okay, configure widgets. Configure. I'm still using my 2018 phone, which I had to dust off once the one I was using, mine was stolen. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. How am I supposed to link this? Arm. expert choice, see all compatible devices. Don't care about the compatible devices. We have the heart rate monitor already. We have the mobile app. To install it, we configure, choose a yes. Then add pulsoid. Oh my gosh. Ty, are you still around? By chance? Oh my gosh, why is there soy... Oh, no, I know why there's soy sauce on my monitor. I am, what up? Safety issue, next time make it a glove that gives electric shocks. What? I mean, I can make that, but... Hold on. Do I have to, like, log in? Hold on, I'm setting up an account. Oh my gosh. Apologies again for the delay. They won't rob you again? I hope not. Okay, log in. Don't have an account. Make the account. Okay. Fake email. By the way, the burner email I use for this, or for the account, or accounts in general, is what my VTuber name was gonna be, but I changed last second. Fun fact. What? Okay, so right now I am just resetting the password. Request reset. We have to reopen app. Lovely. Because apparently I already had an account, even though this is my first time using it. And again, what we are going to do... Oh, Sarissa. So it was supposed to be Sarissa South, was one of the names I was going to go with. And good night. Have a very good night, Boulder. And hello, Bard. Okay. And then we link this. We link these together. We link these together. You know, we just real time. We do this all in real time. I love real time. So, but yes, I was supposed to be Sarissa, but I ended up changing it. If you know what a Sarissa is without looking it up, I acknowledge your game. If you don't, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Realistically, don't worry about it. It sounds familiar. Okay, widgets, configure. Let us see if this works. But, we need a browser source, I think. Is it browser? Yeah. Oh man, this is not gonna work. On a scale of 1 to not working, this is not going to work out of not going to work o'clock. Ignore that. Oh wait, this is actually working. Wait, is this my actual heart rate? Hold on. Oh man, I just dropped something. How do you raise your heart rate? Yeah, no, this is my actual heart rate. Okay. So now what we need to do, though, is jumping jacks. I'm not going to do jumping jacks. I'm too fat for that. I'm not fat, but I already did cardio today, man. Okay. Drugs. I'm not going to do drugs. I never. Drop something and get scared. Yeah, that's what I normally do. And then if I want to just lower it. Okay. Wait, how did you do that? Wait, do what? You just think about lowering your heart rate. Yeah, you just lower your heart rate. Drop your heart rate, you just focus on it. Anyways, it's gonna be hard to lower it because I'm literally streaming right now. Okay, so unfortunately, when it closes one door, it opens another. What we are going to have to do, or what I'm going to have to do without a doubt, I'm sure I'm going to have to get a plan in place. Not everyone can do that, lowering their heart rate by thinking and lowering it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, you just like, you think heart rate thoughts, and it raises heart rate. And then you can think heart rate thoughts, and it lowers heart rate. Realistically, you can just hold your breath. So if you like hyperventilate real quick, hold on, I'm gonna mute myself while I hyperventilate. Anyways, what are we doing? What are we doing here? To be fair, I think I was higher because streaming is stressful. When I got distracted, more relaxed, and went down to a normal heart rate. Yeah. Yeah, that's streaming. Okay, so where we're at is we have the heart rate sensor working. However, it's not as easy as just look at the widget and widget work. We need the raw data out. Let's see. What can we do for that? We'll probably need a webhook, which without a doubt is not going to be Flee, but that's okay. Hold on. Is there an API you can call in Pulsoid to? Which might be able to act as a middleman. Oh, post heart rate in chat, in Twitch chat. Pulsoid. Yeah, so I think what we'll have to do at this point is we're going to have to figure out a middleman. I am going to do just a bit of research on offline so we can actually not like struggle bus. So could just grab it from... Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do something else. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take an action, and outside of this, I am going to go ahead and take a look. Oh, hey, there's an API button at the top of the web page. There is an API button at the top of the web page. Okay, this is the to integrate with clients. The developer obtaining the token can be challenging, but we are here. For personal use, manual token issuing. Go to place the key. Create a token. Doot. Create token. Doot. Okay. I have an API key. Hold on. Now I just need to link it, right? Or leak it, right? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this API key. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an action outside of stream and look into the very basics of this, so we aren't just wandering around aimlessly in the dark. So we are at time already, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and end stream. If there's anyone you'd like me to raid, let me know. I think... Yeah, that seems like a bad idea. I think what we'll do is we will just raid into someone. How about Shumimi? Yeah. Okay, yeah, Shumimi. We'll raid into Shumimi. So I will see you guys next time if you guys are around. We'll probably finish this next stream, I'm pretty sure. It's really just getting the data extracted somehow. And, yeah. So hopefully you guys have a good afternoon, evening, and night, or wherever you are. I will be streaming again on Wednesday, so I'll see you guys on the flippity flip. Yeah. Alright, see you later.